Hello and welcome to this next video in the C# programming series. And in this video we are going to talk about properties. First of all, before we start, I just once again want to show you my website. There's some update coming out. So now, first of all, if you go over here and click coding challenges, we'll come to my WordPress site where I have coding challenges like this, and you see a rating of stars. But that's not what I wanted to show you. If you go to Video Portal and navigate to the basic playlist, you see that you have the videos that you have been watching before, neatly sorted. And if you look at my OOP chapter, we are right now here, you can see the project files and you get to this website, Azure DevOps. And if you press or hover over repost and click on commits, here you can filter like the commit that you want to see. So initial push was what we started with in the last episode, and we ended with code after episode constructors. And if you want to work with the code that I have, or as I'm using right now, we did this in the last video. You can get the code either by watching or just going to the website that I connected on my website, and then click on tutorial constructors. And if you then click on the console handler.cs, you see the code as is right now. So this is the code that we have right now. And yes, I wanted to show you that just briefly, because I feel like little people use the website, and I think that it really is helpful, because you can see like a subscript that explains what we learned, has pictures and explanations of what we did, what things are. But I tell that all the time, so let's just start with the video right now. So what are properties? To explain that, let's start with members like variables and methods. Methods and variables are fields, and properties are just extensions of fields. I know that is not quite making sense now, but it will. So let's just think that we might want to set title private, okay? Because now, if we give this class to anybody we're working with, he doesn't know that he should not change the title. Maybe he doesn't know what the title is, so we could say window.title and change it here. Like this. So now we see with the constructor that we wrote in the last video, make sure to see that, where window is initialized with our title, this is a cool window. And now if we get to this point, so we didn't change it. That's something that I didn't think of, but we actually change it in code. So if we just do it in the other way around, we could write window.title. Now just to make my point clear that it actually changed. So we have changed our title inside the class. It didn't change here because we never told it to, but essentially that's what happened. And people that use our class and didn't write it might not know that our title shouldn't be set from outside, or that we have methods to set it in the inside. So what we normally would do is set this member variable private, being stupid, like this. And now what we would do in our methods section is just like create a new method that like is called getTitle and returns a string, and we just return our private number. So effectively what this does is, if we go over here, we cannot say window title. You see? it's inaccessible due to its protection level. What we can do, however, is get it. We can say get title, and now we get the title. So it is gettable from everywhere, but we cannot set it. Just from the inside it is are we able to change our title. So just methods that we call from the outside, like public, and are in the class, for example this set title, can change our title because it's title and it's private and we can just use it inside our class. So now you might ask, is that something that we can do to make it a little bit easier? And there is. And as I said, a property is some kind of extension of our fields. So we can start like we would declare a method. So write it in capital letters and then don't use parameters, but just open and closing curly brackets and say get set. And yes, leave this semicolon out. Now we can use it as the same thing. So we could say window dot, and now if we click on, we have to make it public. If we click on our little wrench here, we see all our properties like title. It's get set, so we can, like we did beforehand, just set and get it with an equal sign. And this would do exactly the same thing. What we also can do, and this is what most people use properties for, is you can do a whole lot inside these curly brackets. And I will have a dedicated video in another playlist, I think in the intermediate, because it really is about our concern right now. Correct our mistakes. So because we don't have anything initialized by default, we initialize it first. We have to initialize it first. So here we can say title, the property, and I did something stupid here. You can just say title equals default title. Alright. Now what we want to do here, and I lost some time, I know, is we wanted to achieve the functionality that we can access it from everywhere, but only set it from within. We can do this by having a get and a private set. So it is settable only from within, so with helper methods like setTitle. And you would do this, for example, to check if there are some bad words in it that you don't want to have displayed in your window. And now you can again like read it, but you cannot say gleich or equals something, because if you hover over it, it's inaccessible. So properties are essentially a mixture of variables and methods, and you write them capital letter, but you can have defined getting and setting behaviors. So if you have just a variable that you want to have accessible from either anywhere, then you can change it and read it everywhere, or not accessible from anywhere, then you cannot read and access it from or change it from anywhere. You have a variable, because getting and setting has the same behavior. You can just get and set it, or cannot get it or not set it. So if it's just a private member that you just want to have the console, that you just want the console to have, you can have it as a variable. But if you want to have some interaction to the outside, it often makes sense to have it regulated by a property, because here you can have different behavior for getting and setting. So it's not always public like this variable is, or if you would change it to being private, it's not always private, but you have different behavior for different use cases. And this is very powerful. So thank you for watching, and I think in the next video we are going to talk about, let's see, single responsibility. That's just a design principle and not a coding video. And then we will talk about inheritance and polymorphism. So yes, we are almost done with this chapter as well, and this will conclude our basic C# playlist. And yes, if you're stoked to see more, you can just leave me your ideas behind for what we want to do next. So basically we can do the intermediate and advanced playlist, but we could also start with a project like the tic-tac-toe project that I mentioned. So leave me your ideas behind, and if you just see the subscript to this episode, you will just have to click here on properties, and you will come to this website. You will have the ability to leave comments down below. So if you have any problems with this concept, or if you have any questions because your code isn't working, you can always go here. But it's not done yet, so I cannot demonstrate it right now. What I could do is show you another. So if you scroll down below, you can always leave just a comment down below and I will answer it personally. Alright, that concludes it. So if you have any questions, leave them below, and if not, I wish you all a very good time. See you.